Hello and welcome to another JMP video. I'm the host JonNario and welcome to another installment of my Truth class Hidden FX. This is a series where I'll be going over all hidden effects on crystal rings. I will be going over one class per video and I will try to explain how does every single hidden effect works. These are all solo hand tested, so there will be a lot of estimations on this testing abilities. So if you have any of the correct values on any of these videos, make sure to drop them in the comment section down below. In the next video, it will be the Lunar Lancer, and like I mentioned before, I will be personally choosing all of the characters from now on. So, the list is going to be the following after the Lunar Lancer video: Fate Trickster, Pirate Captain, Vanguardian, Dracolite, and the last episode is going to be the Solarion, since this class hasn't been released as of the time I'm recording this on console. And like always, make sure to drop a like since it does help me out more than you think, and also subscribe. We're very close to 4,000 subscribers. And with all that being said, let's get started with the Candy Barbarian's hidden effects. The Candy Barbarian has 3 hidden effects, which are going to be called Emergency Snack, So Sweet, and Spin to Win. Starting off with Emergency Snack, which reads: spawns a cupcake when taking damage below 50% HP that refills the energy bar and resets ability cooldowns. Alright. This ability is the most confusing ability that I've actually ever tested, despite the description being so well detailed. Allow me to explain. So upon taking damage while below 50% of your HP, you are also going to spawn a cupcake that will reset the cooldown and refill your energy bar. The proc chances on this ability seems to be around 100% of the time while you're below 50% HP, and it will reduce the cooldown of all of your abilities by 100%, which is pretty much your ultimate ability. And it will also refill your energy by 100% in the same way as the Zealous emblem. But if you do notice with this ability is that there's going to be a symbol below your level. Usually this symbol represents that this ability is on cooldown. However, the symbol that you do see below your level is there for 60 seconds. And the cooldown of this ability is actually 10 seconds. And I actually did check out if it actually increased any other stat, but in reality it doesn't do anything else, it's just there for 60 seconds. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It doesn't do any other properties, so I'm going to assume that this ability cooldown is supposed to be 60 seconds, but the cupcake actually reduces it by 50 seconds, so that's why you end up having 10 seconds. I don't know. And this is the reason why it was the most confusing ability that I ever tested as of right now. So what I'll just say is just remember that the cooldown is only 10 seconds and ignore the symbol that it is below your level. Anyways, that's all with this ability. Despite all of the confusion with this ability is still alright. Reducing the cooldown on your ultimate ability and giving your full energy is not bad. But both the energy and cooldown reduction can be done very easily in other way, with stuff like the Chronomatic emblem and the Zealous emblem. Even though this ability really caught me off guard, I'll still say just skip this ability. The other options are just going to be way better. Speaking of the second ability is going to be So Sweet, which reads: Swirlwind now spawns a gumdrop as well. Another pretty straightforward ability, so when you do hit an enemy with the vanilla Swirlwind alongside spawning the healing candy, you're also going to get a red gumdrop as well. This gumdrop is your passive ability and it will give you all of the same bonuses as the passive ability, as in movement speed, attack speed, and after the shadowy spotlight also a physical damage increase. It will also have the same duration and it will spawn 100% of the time and it has no cooldown. And lastly, obviously this does not stack with the passive ability because this gives you the passive ability, not a bonus gumdrop. And that's about it. Overall, this ability is actually really good. The red gumdrop passive ability is amazing, giving movement speed, attack speed buff, and after the shadowy spotlight also a 30% physical damage buff, a total physical damage buff I might add. Combine that with the fact that this ability has no cooldown and is coming from your main spammable ability. You can actually just see that this ability is actually really good. I will only recommend this ability if you're one or two types of players. Number one, only if you're a new player. The new player is going to benefit greatly from all of the stats, and this is coming from your main spammable ability, so this is just going to give you more and more benefits. The other type of player is going to be the players that want the highest potential DPS on the Candy Barbarian, because you can maintain the red gumdrop much easier than just using the ultimate ability or using the Sugar Crash. I will probably just say use this ability only if you're those type of player, but honestly for me personally and for the majority of the player, they might take the next ability. Talking about the next ability is an ability that you probably are very familiar of, and that is going to be Spin to Win, which reads, reduces the energy cost of Swirl Wind and remove the movement speed reduction. So I did make a video in regards to the Spin to Win ability, so I'll leave it in the description down below for you to check it out. Now, to explain this ability, you need to know about movement speed penalty. Most abilities or basic attacks in the entire game actually reduces your movement speed via a percentage. Vanilla Swirlwind is going to be one of those abilities. So normally when you do activate the Vanilla Swirlwind, you're going to lose 60% of your movement speed during the whole animation. When you have Spin to Win equipped, instead of losing that 60% on the animation, you're going to instead gain a 50% movement speed increase, which, to put it into perspective, 50% movement speed increase is the same movement speed increase that you do get with the Shadow Flip on the Neon Ninja. The movement speed increase only applies during the spin animation, it doesn't give any movement speed afterwards, so in order to actually keep this movement speed buff, you need to keep activating this ability. However, Spin to Win actually also does two things that will actually help you out in spamming this ability. Number 1, it will reduce the amount of energy cost of Vanilla Swirlwind from 60 energy to 30 energy, or in other words, half the energy cost. The second is going to be, and it is not mentioned on the ability's description, and that is going to be the Vanilla Swirlwind will become an automatic ability. Or in other words, you don't have to keep pressing the ability, you just have to hold down the button and it will just keep activating the Vanilla Swirlwind automatically. And yeah, that's Spin to Win. Obviously this ability is insane. It pretty much changes the Candy Barbarian from an average to maybe slightly above average to potentially among the best dungeon grinding class in the entire game. This ability pretty much removes all of the weaknesses of the Vanilla Swirlwind. To top it all of it, it gives you a top tier movement speed boost. If you haven't used this ability, then I would highly suggest you use this ability, and it might change your mind on how good this class can actually be. And that's it. Thank you for watching as always, and this has been all of the hidden effects for the Candy Barbarian.